Everybody, welcome to The Warp. I'm Jack Rita from Future Pastimes, and in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at something that Jeremy Upton sent me. There's a link to it in the description on Board Game Geek, and it is 3D printed planets for Cosmic Encounter. So these are, in a word, glorious. They're a really good size. You can see they've got this really nice texture, which Jeremy explains was, I think, from like a 3D moon, and he sliced it out just to have this much. And then he's got some interesting 3D element underneath it with a clear plastic coating on top. So that's what it's like having some ships on there, and you get this kind of nice floating effect with the transparent cover there. So yeah, it's really nice, really good size to put them on there. But what's especially fun is that each one has its own unique topographical design to it, and some of them are quite interesting. So you have multiple colors on here. So you got a nice kind of desert, very Arrakis-like thing here with the rocks. This one has like some kind of a spaceport of some kind, more rocks on there, and then there. And again, those are 3D as well, so it's not just a flat representation. And yeah, each color has a different kind of quality and theme to it that really sets them out. So they're just fantastic. So like the blue ones, there's kind of like almost like an ocean world thing where these have not a lot going on. But then you've got this one where, again, almost like a floating effect there with that. The yellow, some big canyons, and this one has some civilization air, but again, you can see where it's a cliff face. And then down to the city. The red has some really nice details in there. Another nice cityscape as well. But again, nice 3D quality to that. The green one's very Earth-like. Maybe not with as big of an ocean, but some really nice elements on there. The white ones clearly feel like there's some frozen off like wasteland. Really beautiful. And I know that Jeremy likes to play with black. And these are especially cool, which should come as no surprise. Some of these other ones too, just a really nice detail in there. This one has some civilization as well. So yeah, these are really remarkable. And like I said, it's a really nice texture to it. The bottom has, I don't even know what this is, but this is nice. It keeps it from sliding around. And I typically will have some kind of playmat or tablecloth as well when I play. Naturally, the first thing that I thought of was like, oh, you're going to have to do moons and some space stations of similar three-dimensional, because I don't know that the regular moons quite butt up against here. Yeah, you make it work. So it's not like, oh, no, we can never use those. But these are fantastic. And so, yeah, the link, he goes a little bit into the process of how he went about it, if that is a part that interests you, if you're into 3D printing yourself. So I expect that others will probably tinker around with this sort of thing and may run with it in interesting and exciting ways. Oh yeah, I like this one, crazy rock peaks there. But yeah, just these, I just like having them up and set up on the table. Not even playing Cosmic at the moment. But it does make me want to play. So these are pretty fantastic. I think Jeremy texted me and asked me where my address was, but he didn't give me any indicator about what it was that he was going to be sending me. So very appreciative. Then, of course, he posted, and I was like, oh, I'm hoping against hope that that's what it was. And so a sizable box did show up at my doorstep. So this is amazing. And I guess I should say cosmic galactic champion Jeremy Upton. I think I may be legally required to include that at least once when mentioning it. So we met in person at Escape Velocity here just outside of DC, where we conducted a Cosmic Encounter tournament, which Jeremy actually helped us to run it, and had a nice screen showing the standings and who was playing at which table, et cetera, et cetera. And he did very well. We had 2 tournaments, and the first one ended in a joint victory, but then the second one, he was the solo winner. So I'm sure that in his mind, he is of a higher caliber winner, and it's hard to argue with that. So this is a fantastic thing. I would say, go out and get it, but it's hard to come by. But maybe consider your own DIY project to really take Cosmic Encounter to the next level. If Fantasy Flight ever said, yeah, we do want to do like a crowdfunded deluxe edition of Cosmic, it seems impossible to imagine that something like this would not be at the top of the list for the sort of thing that I think people would respond very positively to. It's really nice having the unique ones. One of the things I did like the best about the Avalon Hill edition that came out in 2000, it didn't have hexes and it didn't have individual planets. It had this really bizarrely shaped cardboard thing that had planet art on it. But for each system color, that individual planet art was unique, and it was something that I really enjoyed. When I made my one of my many custom sets, I did do really thick hex systems for 12 colors. I repurposed the 4 colors that the Avalon Hill came in, and then I took that cue to make the individual planets unique for all of the colors in the systems. And that's not even counting, I had reverse hex stuff on the back, so that was, of course, unique and different for each one. But here, the individual planets, so that is something I've always responded to. I really, really wish that the Fantasy Flight planets had a little bit more of a unique feel to them. They've got this sort of different quality on the reverse side of those planet tokens, but the differences are subtle for a lot of people. They don't even notice it right away, where one is a little more monochromatic, and then the other side has a little more depth of color, and then you've got that little grid thing that I guess is supposed to be like a targeting thing from your scanners. Who knows? But this is much better. So this is from now on. And I will be looking for some excuses to take this to conventions if possible and showcase it as much as possible. So thank you again, Jeremy. This is a fantastic thing for a Cosmic Encounters #1 fan, which I consider myself, to receive. And I would have been extremely jealous, maybe to the point of tracking you down and, you disappeared or met with an unfortunate accident or whatever. So I'm really glad that you had the foresight to spare your family, that sort of thing. And let this be a warning to others that it's probably best to just make whatever it is available. You don't have to send it to me, but I will definitely thank you if you do, and do a nice little video. So it's win-win, I think. That's it for this one, everyone. Let me know in the comments what you think, and you can also comment on that link to the Board Game Geek article and let Jeremy know what you think. And only positive comments, please. We don't need to hear like, well, you blew it, you should have done this. That's it for this one, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.